Let's go. It's the two dudes and our attitudes ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. A 5-star broadcast, yeah. Start to the ending, whether it's the E or it's all E. The two dudes with the attitudes to bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.
It's two dudes with attitudes, a wrestling podcast, and this is the AEW Fight Forever edition.
Clap. Yeah.
Edition. Yes, sir, because it is Friday night, and I just got paid. Get
Money.
At work, I've been playing a lot of Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, so I had to get that in there. But anyway, what's up, y'all? I know that's what you wanted, was to hear the two dudes sing.
Of course.
Especially for all you people listening on like Spotify and stuff. Sorry. But anyway, yeah, man, we got all things going on. Rampage, Collision, Dynamite, North Carolina Hurricanes. Who the heck lives in that state anyway?
I know.
So many things going on this week. The build. We got one more week before All In, correct? The 25th. So we got two more weeks.
Two more editions. 2 more episodes of Dynamite.
Two more before we get there. So the build, and obviously this week was they get a pass because they struggled with people getting there and showing up, and that arena at Dynamite did. I don't think there was anybody on the other side. I think they only had the first like 2 rows, and everybody else was empty. I think they were, but you said it was a state of emergency, or what was it?
We had a state of emergency in the state of North Carolina due to at the time it was Hurricane Debbie, but now it's been downgraded to Tropical Storm Debbie. But it was but we had a lot of heavy winds and heavy rain, and got the tail end. I mean, we really faced the brunt of it on this morning, Thursday morning, but as of Wednesday night, a lot of flights were canceled. A lot of things were delayed. Schools were closed and that kind of thing as like a method to prepare for it. So, so I think a lot of people, I know a lot of wrestlers had a hard time getting there. And I'm sure a lot of fans had a hard time getting there.
I mean, props to those AEW fans, huh? They were like, I'm going to die. Not tonight. I got to watch Dynamite. So that just shows that, you know what? Some of those AEW fans, man, they be cray. And they were chanting, holy shit, to a whole bunch of garbage on that night. So, all right, let's get this party started. We have no news, right? So we're getting ready to Rampage.
Well, we got a little
we have some news.
Yeah.
All right.
So the Lucha Brothers might be WWE bound. Apparently they are leaving it. They have already left AEW, or their contracts are up with AEW. And, you know, this is Penta and Ray Phoenix, and there looks to be that they are on their way to the big WWE. And I mean, I think it's a huge loss for AEW and their tag division. Their tag division really needs some deep tag teams, but I think this is a huge gain for WWE if this is true.
I agree with you fully. I agree. I think the LWO is going to shine as soon as they get there. That was a joke because Triple H puts all races.
He puts them all together.
Them up. He's like, LWO? Yeah. There you guys go. Just kidding. They're going straight to NXT. But no, I mean, I actually think it's more of a loss than it is a gain, like a loss for AEW than it is a gain for WWE, only because WWE's roster is so fat right now. And Penta and they wrestle a lot, man. That's like they're like, I have a hardcore AEW fan. All he talks about is Penta. That's like his dude, day one-ish. Penta. So I'm sure he's crying somewhere. I haven't talked to him about it. But yeah, like Penta is like AEW. So him leaving, I think that's a huge loss. And I don't know, is it foreshadowing things? Kind of crazy. MJF signed this huge contract, and now it's kind of like everybody.
Yeah, now a lot of people are leaving.
The air.
And there's other rumors out there that WWE is interested in a number of AEW talents when their contracts run out, like Ricky Starks. I mean, he's all but WWE bound, but Daniel Garcia apparently, and probably and a number of other people. So who knows, man? I mean, this is kind of like, I don't want to say it's like the Monday Night Wars where you never know who's going to show up, because we're going to know. But
what? Yeah. Penta's going to be like, you know who I am?
Yeah. But yeah.
You're still there. Yeah, that's funny. You know me. What did he say? How am I messing up that famous line? But yeah.
Like you know why you know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here.
There it is. You know who I am, but you don't know
yeah.
why I'm here. I'm ready for Penta to do that. That'll be fantastic.
But I mean, I just think like it's more of like the talent. You know, you never know, because now there's rumors too that Becky Lynch set the entire WWE or wrestling landscape in a tailspin after her biography aired after Raw, I think this week on A&E, or after it was Sunday after SummerSlam, and she posted something on her Instagram story saying like it's been a hell of a career. You know, entertaining you has been the highlight of my life, but now being her mother, talking about her daughter, is the new highlight of mine. And a lot of people thought, okay, Becky Lynch is leaving, or she's done with WWE. But then other people, internet sleuths, are like, well, Becky Lynch might be done, but Rebecca Knox might be coming to AEW, and there's a big event coming up and All In, and you know, I think there's a lot of people that, you know, they think it's bigger than it is. Like I don't think Becky Lynch is coming to AEW. I don't, but I think there's people that
not at all. No, not even sort of. And the funny thing is that I read that thing over like at least 10 times, trying to like, okay, and nowhere near does she say she's never wrestling again. Nowhere does she say she's leaving WWE. Nowhere. There's like zero hints. People take
I think
like Shane McMahon's going to AEW, right? That's still happening, right? People.
I took it as a response to the documentary that had just aired. Like, you know, it's because they just highlighted her career. So she's like, hey, it's been a hell of a career.
And being a mom and
So, but people took it to mean that she's AEW bound and she's going to show up at All In. And I'm like, I'll believe that when I see it. But and then there's other rumors that Bobby Lashley and MVP might be coming to AEW because their contracts are up in WWE. So I could I think I could get behind that one, and I could see that one happening. AEW trying to redo the Hurt Business or get Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley in there and make a tag team. I could actually see that one more than I can see Becky Lynch coming to AEW. But
well, yeah, they were fired. What do they don't have a choice. They're not like, you know. So.
So there's a lot of moving pieces right now in the world of wrestling. So it's fun stuff.
Good times. Good time to be a wrestling fan. Get her done. All right, you ready? Let's get into this Rampage Collision-ish. Right. Like always, we'll break down Rampage, break down Collision, and then talk about it all. I actually thought Rampage and Collision were pretty good. But all right, you ready? Let's do it.
Go for it.
Wheeler Yuta, the young bearded man himself, defeats the Butcher. MXM Collection. Love to shampoo. Brian Cage defeats Manny Lowe and then challenges Kyle Fletcher to a match at Collision. Nyla Rose defeats Harley Cameron. Brian Keith defeats Jackson Drake. MXM Collection defeat Private Party in the main event. Go MXM Collection. Collision. Show opens up at the Patriarchy and Christian gives a belt to Nick Wayne himself. And Mother Wayne for birthing Nick Wayne. Killswitch is not happy, but out comes House of Black and the return of Buddy Matthews. The crowd goes mild. Bang Bang Gang is also out, and we have a three-way stare down because it's not gay when it's in a three-way. Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs are Texas legends. That's all I got out of that. Mystico and Hologram defeat the Premier Athletes. Why do you need the Lucha Bros when you got Mystico and Hologram? Mariah May and Tony Storm brawl. Tony Storm then has a squash match. Kyle Fletcher defeats Brian Cage. I hope we talk about Brian Cage after this. After Fletcher tells MJF to put the title on the line, mate. In their match, MJF pops on the screen and says, nah, it'll be an eliminator match because that's what Tony Khan likes. Double J wants his match with Danielson to be anything goes. I guarantee that match won't be competitive, right? Right? Because it's like Double J versus... Okay, we'll get there. Yeah. All right, we'll get there. Anything goes. Claudio, he wins a three-way because it's not gay when it's against Isha and Lee Moriarty. Top Flight and MXM Collection have a chat. And then they pose. I didn't know they were completely stealing Zoolander, but they really are. Where are we at here? Thunder Rosa defeats Taya Valkyrie. And after the match, Deonna Purrazzo comes out. And her and Rosa will have a Texas bull rope match. I'm actually down. Darby Allin, FTR, and Mark Briscoe defeat the Beast Mortos Undisputed Kingdom in the main event. After the match, the Acclaim come out and talk crap to FTR, and they start the brawl. But Briscoe says, hey, this is what the Elite want. We got to stop. We're all AEW. And they all look at each other confused because they're all competing, and I didn't even know they were doing the Elite thing. I don't know what the heck's going on. But either way, FTR falls for it, tries to shake the Acclaim's hand, and Mr. Ass is like, not on my watch. And that ends the Collision Rampage review. Like I said, a lot of stuff happened on Rampage, and more so happened on these 2 episodes than Dynamite. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no, these were 2 solid episodes. I actually like the opening and I like the closing of Collision. I thought the opening with Christian Cage was fantastic, and it kind of makes me wonder, like, is he setting, like, is Killswitch going to turn on him? I mean, obviously they're gonna. Well, yeah, they're setting that up, but I feel like they've been doing that for like the last like 2 years, and it's never happened like one time, and then they got back together like 2 weeks later. But now, like, it feels more and more likely that he's going to turn. It's just a matter of when. But I mean, Christian Cage is a savage on the mic. I really hope that they honor that whole them holding the trios championships, and Mama Wayne has to wrestle as one of the trios.
I didn't get that either. Is she the champion then? I guess, very confused. Yeah. Or does she just hold the belt? I think she just holds the belt. Yeah. I don't think she's the champ.
Let me look at their website and just see who's listed as champions.
They still update that stuff. How are the ranking systems going? I'm curious.
Oh, it's gone. Those are gone. Those are.
Oh, they're gone. That's weird. Oh, I thought they were a thing.
I mean, Kyle Fletcher hasn't won a match in like 19 years, but he's getting. MJF has to cheat to beat him, and I mean, we'll talk about that when we get there. But, yeah, he's getting eliminator matches but he hasn't won a match. Yeah, Killswitch is in the champions graphic as with the patriarchy.
So. Yeah, so. I think she just Killswitch isn't worthy of holding the belt, is what they were saying. Yeah, but continue.
Yeah, and then I'm excited to have House of Black feuding with them, and it feels like they've slowly turned babyface in this feud, and because the crowd seemed to get behind them, especially when they were kicking Nick Wayne in the face. And then I could go without this version of the Bang Bang Gang. I wish that they had Jay White with them, because then I could get behind it a little bit more. I'd be more excited about it. But I'm okay with it. But making it a 3-way for the trio, I mean, I know that for the trios championship, we'll see what happens with it. But I wish it was really focused more on House of Black versus the patriarchy.
It'll get there. I mean, without Jay White, it's definitely the JV team. They don't have any, like, the guns aren't big enough. Who gives one crap about Juice Robinson? And he always looks like naked. Why is he wearing like the most revealing white shorts? The dude's gross. But anyway, I'm not.
He's got Tony Storm, man. He's
I don't know what she must be blind, or maybe she's so into her character she sees black and white. But I don't get them just without. Like, I like them with Jay White. You know what I mean? But without Jay White, I don't like them. I don't know if that's fair. But either way, patriarchy opening up was brilliant. I love the fact that Christian Cage dragged it on. He did fumble a few words on this promo, though. He messed up at the beginning. It's kind of like suffering. I've never really seen him like stumble through his words. But he got there, started giving the things away. The fact that he gave it to the prodigy, or whatever they're calling him, Nick Wayne, and then he complimented Killswitch like a bunch of times. Hugged him. We couldn't do it without you. And just set you up that you were like, oh, okay, we're finally over this shit. And then he's like, to the person who birthed the prodigy, Mama Wayne, which was funny. And the fact that Killswitch is going to get him. Here's my thing, though. Since the beginning of time, Killswitch has been with Christian Cage. They were the Jungle Boy, the whatever. And then Christian betrayed them. And then he joined them right away, instantly. Jungle Boy was by himself, and Killswitch betrayed him like instantly. Then he like turned on Christian Cage. Then he joined him again instantly. And as soon as he joined him again, Christian's been disrespecting. I'm like, dude, either be with him or don't. Like, what are we doing with Killswitch or Luchasaurus or whoever he's going to be in the future? Like, let this man go or do. I was actually happy he was praising him, because I got excited that, okay, now you're finally just going to like use them and we can move on with this stuff. The only thing I don't like about Christian Cage right now is that storyline. I'm like kind of over the whole.
Yeah, like it's been like, dragging on for years.
And they've broke up before. So it's not like this is like a what moment. Like this has happened 3 times. Yeah. So let's.
Yeah. And then
keep going.
He also won the TNT Championship for him that night, and made Christian Cage he cashed in for Christian Cage on Adam Copeland. Just move on from it already. That's I do agree with you on that, and I have a feeling maybe he might at All In. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd rather have Christian Cage just have them all than give one to Mama Wayne, to be honest with you. But still funny stuff. Still funny stuff.
Yeah. And then I like the closing segment with with the Acclaimed. I dug all of it. I'm a little over FTR on the microphone though. I'm a little over their rah-rah speeches for AEW and we are the heart and soul and we love AEW. Like we get it. Like you guys we know that. You say it every promo, like come up with something different. But I'm really digging this new serious side of the Acclaimed, and the fact that they're being kind of like this, they kind of lean more towards the heel side on this episode because it was Mark Briscoe that was doing his Tasmanian Devil impression when he was out there, and he was like, "Hey guys, okay, this is what the Elite want. This is what they want. They want us to do this. They want us to fight. They want." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, right. Okay, let's shake hands." And then the FTR extends their hands, and Billy Gunn grabs the Acclaimed and says, "Nope," and they leave. I loved it. I thought it was great. Some of it was a little cheesy, but I'm really digging what they're doing with the Acclaimed right now.
I agree. They're cooking as bad guys at the moment, are building up to be bad guys. Max Caster looks great. I mean, not in the mustache, but he looks in phenomenal shape. Bowen's always in good shape. They just really look like they're ready for what they deserve. But I'm tired of FTR, and they were fumbling words. They're not good with like winging it. They say the same stuff over and over and over again. He was fumbling so much that it was like throwing off Max Caster, and the same thing happened on Dynamite. It just seems like he doesn't know where he's going direction-wise, and then Max Caster was like, wait, I thought we were going here, but I don't know where you're going. It was just kind of, and Max Caster came out on Wednesday to his rap song, but then just stood there and didn't rap. I don't know. If you're going to still do the song, then rap. If you're not, then change it.
His mic cut out. That was he was having mic issues.
So it was like a mic issue, right? Okay. So that's what happened. Got it.
Yeah.
So it was all just weird, but on Collision and Rampage. Yeah. I mean, it was, I do like it. Mark Briscoe, I don't understand who told somebody in AEW that what he says is awesome, because now he just gibbers and jammers and everyone has to react like it's like phenomenal every single time. They're like, oh, he killed it by saying lines from Waterboy. Like, like, I don't get it. He's like, my mama said, like, I don't care at all. I'm over it. Mark Briscoe is whatever. He's going to be mid forever. The dude I feel sorry for him, and rest in peace to his bro. But I mean, dude, the guy is he is what he is. He's not elevating anybody anytime soon. Speaking of elevating though, let's talk about MXM Collection one more time. Had a phenomenal match against Private Party. Dude was talking the whole time throughout the match. It was hilarious. I like the Zoolander stuff, even though he even used like the bad line. He was like, what is that, a tie for ants? And I was like, oh man, you guys are really doing the Zoolander thing, but still really good. And once again, like I said, I like that WWE didn't know how to use them properly, and they left and used the same gimmick just to kind of shove it in their faces. I really, really like that. So I'm glad. Good for them. I'm glad they're getting TV time and wins on AEW, and they're moving on further. So
yeah, that's the big thing. I mean, you are losing the Lucha Brothers, and we were talking about the tag division and how it needs something, because it's FTR and Young Bucks yet again, and it's the Acclaimed. As great as they are, they're always in the tag team title hunt, and this kind of freshens up the tag division a little bit. If kind of adds a little bit more depth to it. It looks like now they're going to be doing something with Private Party. Or not Private Party,
no, not Private Party,
Top Flight, and they had a match with Private Party, and so kind of adding to the tag depth, and I think that's where AEW is really lacking right now is tag division. I mean, the women's division is doing great. The main event scene is killing it, and the trios. I mean, you could argue. I mean, we have 3 trios going at it right now for the big belt, but where they really need some help is the tag division, and I think MXM Collection can really add to it.
Who are the tag champs? Let me know.
The Young Bucks.
Oh, so you did know? Okay, I wasn't sure if you knew or not, because when was the last time they showed it, came out with them, or the Elite?
I don't think
the week off. Where are they?
I don't think they've defended the tag titles since they won them at Revolution. I have to look that up, but that was back in March. I have to feel like I have to look that up, but I don't think they have, because it
no. And one last thing too before we move on to Dynamite, I want to talk about Brian Cage. This man, and trust me, I know Tony Khan and AEW hate big men, and I get that at least he's not Wardlow, where he's not even in AEW anymore. But Brian Cage, talk about a guy who has never beaten anybody of importance. This dude every week wins a match on Rampage to gain a match on Collision to lose to a lesser man. He does it every week, rinse and repeat. I swear if I go back to all my notes, it's the same thing. At Brian Cage defeats Manny Lowe, gets a squash match. Scrawny little Kyle Fletcher's like, I'll take you on. And then he faces Kyle Fletcher and loses. Brian Cage, am I like on a different planet? Is he not the best big man in wrestling right now? Is there a better big man than him?
No,
he's got charisma, good on the mic. Now he has like a new thing where he's like flexing and doing his little I'm buff and on the stuff routine. He's phenomenally agile in the ring. He is like what Vince McMahon would have like did that Trish Stratus, meme for. Like he would have done that for Brian Cage any day of the week. And it just seems like they don't know what to do. Like, well, he's on TV, so that's good. But he can be that guy could be the champion tomorrow. If he got 4 good matches in a row, I could see him beating Swerve and not being shocked by it. He's phenomenal. He's a talented, realistically badass. Why is he losing to the likes of Kyle Fletcher? Explain. Like, I don't.
Yeah. I don't understand it. I really don't. And I've always said that Brian Cage is AEW's biggest missed opportunity. And because again, he's somebody.
Wardlow?
He's up there. I feel like he's up there.
Yeah.
Because both of them are big men who can go in the ring, who can go on the microphone, and you could argue could be the face of the company. And for whatever reason, they just don't use them. And I don't understand it. But you're right. Like Brian Cage will win a match, he'll win a tournament, and then just get just take an L to somebody like Kyle Fletcher, who hasn't won a match since 1994. And it's sad to see. And I know he re-signed with AEW last year, so he's there for another 5 years, Brian Cage. But don't use him like this. You got to do something better.
Yeah,
you got to do something better with him because he could, like you said, he could be the champion.
100%. Imagine him with trips; he'd be cooking. All right, we ready to move on to the Hurricane Dynamite?
Let's go for it. Yeah,
Hurricane. All right. Hey, also MJF on Collision. Good for them, man. MJF popping up on a Collision. Right on.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. Yeah.
MJF opens up by defeating Kyle Fletcher. Surprise, surprise, to open the show. After the match, MJF knocks the ref out with the belt for legitimately no reason. I have no idea what the hell happened there, but he just took that ref out. Hopefully he knew it was coming. MJF then attacks Fletcher, busts him open with his ring, and Will Ospreay shows up an hour late, like always, to make the save. They legit showed him doing like
backstage,
like emoji 15 minutes before. I don't know if he was in another arena, if the Hurricane got caught in a twister and was twirling around like the cow from the movie. I have no idea what the hell happened, but dude just like never arrived. He's known for that. But he eventually showed up and ran him away. Mariah May defeats Viva Vaughn. After the match, Mariah May opens a gift from Tony Storm, and then Tony Storm attacks May, but the refs break him up. We don't want you guys to fight anymore. Darby Allin cuts a promo in a pink Snuggie and is talking about Jack Perry, I think. I don't know. I was too confused with the fact he was wearing a pink Snuggie. Shibata defeats Brian Keith. The Learning Tree is in the ring after the match, and guess who's back? Back again. Hook is back. Tell your friends. He ran them off wearing a beanie that was covering his eyes. I have no idea how Hook ran to the ring and was able to do moves in it, but if you go back and watch, that beanie was covering his eyes. I have no idea what the heck he was doing. Hook's like straight out of Compton. Orange Cassidy's partners to he pretends he is, right? He's like Malibu's Most Wanted. All right, Orange Cassidy partners tonight didn't make it because of the Hurricane, thanks to Ryan's hometown. Hangman Page interviewed, and he wants one man and one man only. Lucky man. Swerve was interviewed by Jim Ross, and questions are asked. I don't know. We can get into that. Orange Cassidy and FTR defeat Roosh, Beast Mortis, and Roderick Strong. Talk about a pairing of the pairing. After the match, the Acclaim come out, and they brawl until security breaks it up. Camille wins a squash against 2 opponents. After the match, Mercedes Money to no reaction talks when Shivani cuts her off and says Britt Baker DNF. MD is no longer suspended, and she pops up on the big screen and says she will beat Money and has 7 days to think about how she'll get her hands on her. Trust me, Mercedes, we're all thinking about 7 days about getting our hands up. In the main event, Bryan Danielson defeats Jeff Jarrett in the most competitive match of the year. We will get into that. And after the match, Swerve Strickland comes out and says he'll face Wheeler Yuta next week. Wheeler Yuta's confused, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'll fight you. Shoot, okay. And he wants Danielson in the front row so he can watch how a master works to close the show. And that's the AEW Dynamite review. Let's get her done. I think I covered that pretty nicely, actually.
Yeah. No, there was one thing you didn't bring up, though, and one thing you missed, and that was the Jack Perry backstage.
God, okay, was that real?
Yeah, that really happened.
That was real? Okay,
yeah.
I didn't bring it up because when I watched it, I thought it got cut off.
I
thought it messed up. Oh, okay.
So it happened. So Jack Perry was backstage cutting a promo about, everything, being the scapegoat and everything, and then it got interrupted in the middle of it with the Taco Bell commercial.
And then it got,
you can get burritos for $7 at Taco Bell.
Yeah, you had the one,
and then it went back to the Jack Perry thing. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
I thought it went back to a Taco Bell commercial again. I thought it was like the Taco Bell commercial, and then it went back to the Taco Bell commercial.
Let me see if I can find it.
I thought that I didn't add that because I thought it wasn't real. Because I was watching it like, did that happen?
Yeah, it was real.
Has that been talked about on the internet? Is that why?
Oh yeah,
Jack Perry's promo got like.
Yeah.
Was he watching TV screens? What was he doing?
It was weird.
Yeah, okay.
It was very, very weird. Let me see if I can find the video though, because
is that because of the hurricane?
I don't know. But that was pretty funny, man. It was. Let's see.
Talk about you can't make this stuff up, right?
Okay. Let's see if this.
For all you Spotify people, he's looking it up right now, seeing if he can find this awesome Taco Bell footage. It did make me hungry for Taco Bell. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, that's a good deal. Yeah, it wasn't a $7 burrito. Wasn't it like a package? It was like their new box or something. I thought.
Yeah. Let me see if I can. I'm still trying to find it, but I know it's out there. It's got to be on.
It was. So that was real life. Okay, my bad. Because I was gonna write it in, and I was like, no, I don't know if this is real.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it.
Let's see it.
Let me pull it up because it was probably the highlight of the week for me. Okay, so everyone should be able to see my screen. 45 seconds, so we shouldn't get copyrighted. But here we go.
So this was real. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything in life has a price. The question is how much you're willing to sacrifice for it. Why take this?
In a $7 burrito box. That's right.
Oh my gosh. And then it goes
right back.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Watch. Oh, it did go back.
It did. Yeah. And then it just
missed, and then it went back to the Taco Bell commercial.
Yeah,
again.
then it went back to commercial.
Missed everything in between it, right?
Yeah, but it was funny because it was perfectly timed and everything. Because he was
TV screen.
He was watching TV, and then he was like, "The question is how much are you willing to sacrifice for it?" And then $7 burritos at Taco Bell.
And you know what's funny about that is that when you eat Taco Bell, you get the shits. So I like, how much are you willing to sacrifice?
Yeah,
for eating the $7 burrito Lux box?
Oh my gosh!
Are you willing to sacrifice your stomach? I'm so glad you brought that up because I thought it was fake. I literally thought I dreamed it.
Well, I watched it and I was like, wait a second, this isn't real. That was just my TV. Clearly that didn't happen to that was just a glitch on my streaming service. But no, it happened to everybody. It was all over the internet. It was the talk of the town on social media. Just it was so funny. How much are you willing to sacrifice? $7 burrito box, Taco Bell.
Poor Jack. He probably worked so hard. I guarantee they're going to do. Remember, they messed up something like that before. Then the following week they reshowed it.
They'll
like,
show it on
this is
Collision.
the thing that. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Or Rampage. Yeah, they'll show it on one of them
for sure. Yeah,
and I'm sure that I think the people in the arena saw the whole thing, so they didn't see the Taco Bell commercial. But man, that was funny. That was like that's like MVD of the week right there. That's MVD material.
Is that the Taco Bell commercial?
It might be, and it's up there.
Oh gosh, man, brilliant. How do we follow? Well, that's it. We should just move on with the Dynamite review. That was pretty much. All right, what should we get into? The ridiculousness of Will Ospreay, the main event. Let's start with the main event actually, because I can't be the only one who thought this was stupid. Jeff Jarrett is a 97-year-old man, and he's having a barely losing contested match with the guy who's supposed to win the title in 2 weeks. Am I the only one who saw something wrong with this?
Yeah,
as the main event.
I also thought this was stupid to have it as the main event. You have MJF and Kyle Fletcher opening the show yet again. Why don't you make that the main event and open with Jeff Jarrett? And why are they feuding? Last week he was like encouraging Bryan Danielson to,
because
like,
he said he was mad that he told him he wasn't ready or whatever. So he's like, "I'll show you I'm ready." He said it on Collision.
And then like, okay, and what's the point of Ricky Steamboat? I mean, like,
nothing.
He was I swear there was a Mandela effect. I swear they promoted him last week as the guest referee, and then it like changed to special guest. I could be wrong on that, but I swear, like I saw.
You know what? Maybe.
I remember seeing the advertisement for it and thinking like, oh, why is he going to be the guest referee? But then it changed to special guest, and then he's like a commentary the whole time. And I didn't understand the point of that. So yeah, the fact that match main evented Dynamite was stupid.
And I don't even see Swerve even facing Jeff Jarrett because that's beneath him. But Bryan Danielson is struggling. Like he struggled. There was times where he was about to tap out and lose. He had to like get all of his grit to even be able to what are we doing here? Why did we do that in AEW? It's one of my I get you're trying to get somebody over, but we don't need to get 95-year-old has-been Jeff Jarrett, who shoved his wife, by the way. Did you see that? She was like on him and he like shoved her. I was like, whoa, the Attitude Era is alive and well. And then you can just shove women now into other people. But it was I didn't like any of it. And I thought the match was awful. I have not seen a good Jeff Jarrett match ever, let alone in the last times in AEW.
In the last couple of weeks, I've really been liking how they've been using Jeff Jarrett, not so much in the ring or as a performer, but he's been kind of the hype man and trying to hype Bryan Danielson against Swerve Strickland, and talking about how much Owen Hart meant to him, and that made sense when he was in the Owen Hart tournament and losing to Adam Page the way that he did, and wanting to get revenge on Adam Page. Like it was, I like how they've been using him, and until this match, and why I cannot figure it out. And you're right, like Bryan Danielson's supposed to win over Swerve Strickland. I'm supposed to believe that he's going to win when he can't beat 89-year-old Jeff Jarrett. I don't 100%.
Get it. And let's talk about Swerve since we're in it. So let's talk about his promo and let's talk about his interview. You can start wherever you want. Poor JR. Why'd they have JR interview him?
I don't know.
That was sad. I was so unfocused. I couldn't even pay attention to it.
It was really sad to watch. And I feel bad for JR. And I know he fell recently and he's had some health struggles clearly, but get Renee Paquette to do it. Like, just let her do it. And, I know you want to symbolize the importance of this, but I don't know. I had a hard time focusing on it too. But,
and because I love JR, not because of anything to diss him, because I'm like, you don't want to see your heroes and people you grew up looking like that. And I'm not saying that people get there and they shouldn't have a chance. I'm just saying maybe he wasn't ready. I don't know. It just seemed, it wasn't like watching JR.
No, yeah, for sure. And I did like the interview. I like that Swerve ended it with, not only can I beat Bryan Danielson, but I will beat Bryan Danielson, and his legacy will belong to me. I like that line. I thought it was a good way to, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the interview.
Even the questions seemed off to me. It seemed like they weren't relevant. Like JR hadn't been watching wrestling, or Swerve seemed off with some of the what do you mean? No, it just it didn't seem in sync. It just all seemed off, in my opinion.
It felt like they didn't this at all. It felt like it was
Yeah.
like this live for the first time. Yeah, and that's
Mhm.
why I felt bad for JR, and I don't really want to, because I feel like maybe it was his fault, and
Maybe.
but but again, it was sad to watch JR. But I really like how Swerve answered a lot of the questions despite the curveballs and things not going his way. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed it for the most part, and I was happy to see I really like that last line. His legacy will belong to me.
Yeah.
And I'm confident that Swerve, especially after seeing Bryan Danielson against Jeff Jarrett, I'm confident Swerve's going to walk out with the AEW World Championship.
So he's going to retire Daniel Bryanson, huh? How about the end?
We'll
Do you
see.
like the back and forth? I mean, he called out Wheeler Yuta, really. I mean, he kind of same old, but good enough way to. I mean, why face Wheeler Yuta? At least Wheeler Yuta is a better competitor than Jeff Jarrett. And I guarantee you, Swerve will beat Wheeler Yuta a lot easier than Jeff Jarrett did Brian. I didn't get that. And I know people in comments, hardcore AEW fans will be like, oh, it's because it was like a prove it match and it was supposed to be, make it, but that's not the right dude to do that to. Have him face Brian Cage then, not Jeff Jarrett, who couldn't beat me up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I did like I did like Swerve's reaction. Wheeler Yuta getting in Swerve's face and being like, this wasn't a warm-up act or whatever. And then Brian, he's like, hey, Bryan Danielson, I want you to have a front row seat to me versus Wheeler Yuta next week, so you can see that why I'm the most dangerous man in this company. I liked it, man. Swerve did his thing this week. I did dig Swerve, but everything else, Bryan Danielson, Wheeler Yuta, the JR interview, I could go without, but Swerve did his thing, in my opinion.
I mean, he's going to go down as one of the best AEW champions ever. The dude is killing his thing right now. MJF, Mariah May, and Tony, are you still? I feel like we're losing a little steam here. No, the last couple of weeks,
all they're doing now is brawling, and I want to see more. I want to see another promo, something to get me excited. And like, why would Tony Storm buy Mariah May a gift after everything that she's done to her over that? No. That's what I didn't understand. And then a picture of them. I like the Die Mariah Die on the back. That was a creative touch, but still, I was just like, why is she buying her gifts? And like, why would she accept a gift from somebody you're feuding with? Like that, I don't know. That's like getting.
I don't know either.
That's like getting cookies for Halloween. It's just don't. Why would you do that? So
good one.
Yeah. But I feel like they're losing some steam. But we got 2 more weeks until All In, so hopefully we'll get some back and forth promos or something instead of them just fighting all the time.
What about the other women? Is it just me, or does Mercedes Money not get a reaction? They were showing the crowd; they weren't booing or cheering. It's just like utter silence. I know that a couple people said EO at the end, but not really. I feel like she's kind of lost right now, and it's sad because she's looking good and. I mean, she doesn't wrestle. I don't know what's happening, but are you liking the feud? Do you like that they brought DMD back quicker?
Yeah. I liked what Britt Baker said via satellite, and I'm digging the feud. I have a feeling Britt Baker's not going to win, especially with all the stuff going on backstage with the real life suspension and everything. So I don't know. Like, yeah, and I'll talk more about Mercedes later on in the show.
Okay,
I got some thoughts on her, but that promo wasn't it for me.
All right, MJF, and we got to end it. MJF, what he's opening Dynamite? Is that because he wants to go home? What's going on here? Why is he always opening the show every week?
Yeah, I don't understand. And every match goes the distance. Every match, why? So I wanted to talk about this earlier. Like I think I read somewhere that Kyle Fletcher has not won a match in the year 2024. So why is MJF until Brian Cage last week? Yeah, but why is MJF having to cheat to beat him? Like I don't understand it. I don't get it. And then what's going on with the Don Callis family? Like I'm still torn at that. Like now Kyle Fletcher doesn't want to use weapons when the Don Callis gives them to him. Because he wants to do things the right way, similar to Will Ospreay. Like Kyle Fletcher's a phenomenal wrestler. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like his character is just like there's too many moving parts with this story, and I don't understand the Don Callis edition. Like, is he a heel? Is he a babyface? Is he on? Like it does? I don't know. I don't get it, but Yeah, I mean, MJF's match was fine. It's
Yeah.
a typical MJF match. He had to cheat to win, and that's really it.
Yeah, that poor ref. I still don't understand why he took the ref out. It was after the match, literally served no purpose. Is that him trying to get heel heat? I don't know. It was all weird. It beats up somebody with his ring, rinse and repeat. It was kind of a miss week for MJF. And it didn't make me any more excited for him and Will Ospreay. I don't really care.
Yeah, this feud, like we were talking about earlier, this feud's making Will Ospreay look like an absolute idiot. You know, he got barricaded in the room and had to like shove his way out of there. And then, he shows up a day late and $1 short to check on Kyle Fletcher. And it's just, I don't understand. And then the one thing I did like was Don Callis being like, where were you? Like, what were you doing? Like, I did like that. Because
I'm telling you, is that a reason? And he keeps showing up late, taking his time. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
So I did like that one addition with Don Callis, but other than that, I'm still confused by this whole story.
Me too. I'm more excited for the feud of Jack Perry versus Taco Bell than I am Jack Perry and Darby Allin or this one. So, yes, sir. I cannot wait to see Jack Perry versus a chalupa or a cheesy gordita crunch wrap. I'm all
Taco Bell's freaking good, man.
There ain't nothing better than if you gave me one fast food choice, I'm going to Taco Bell. I ain't even lying.
Oh, hell yeah. All the time.
That's my jam.
I'm going to regret it later, but man, while it's heaven going in and hell coming out. Yeah.
And I can eat those boxes once tried. No, it's like 28,000 calories. I'm like,
I don't care.
Like nothing. Like nothing.
You'll lose it you'll lose it in 2 hours. You know, so it's not a big deal.
The weight it's going right out of you.
Yeah.
All right.
On that note.
Well, that was our week of AEW review. On that note, that's really what I thought. No, it was a good Rampage, good Collision. Dynamite gets a pass. They were kind of lost and struggling. You can tell the Elite probably were supposed to be. I'm assuming they needed people there. Jack Perry was via satellite too, over a promo of a Taco Bell commercial. So, but we do have some stuff to look forward to next week, because next week we do have Rampage, Collision again, and a Dynamite building more up to All In, which they got to get cooking these next 2 weeks. So I am excited for that.
And I will say that the ratings are in for AEW Dynamite, and they're up from last week. Last week they had 609,000 viewers for the August 2nd episode. This week they were up to 622,000 viewers. So, you know, I mean, they were up, and considering there was a hurricane going on and they couldn't get a lot of the wrestlers there. I mean, it's not a great number, but it's not bad. Not what I thought it was going to be by any stretch.
Headline Collision, Hilson and Jarrett.
Yeah, the Collision rating was atrocious. I mean, it was the same day as SummerSlam. It was 189,000 for Collision.
And that's sad because it was a good Collision. Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
100?
And it was competing with
100?
189,000 AEW Collision rating. Yeah.
No show on TV gets a rating like that.
Competing against the WWE SummerSlam pre-show, which was just 3 hours of them talking.
Guy Fieri's Triple D gets better ratings than that, and it airs 75 times a day. That's sad.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, the week before was 382,000, and this week it was 189,000. I mean, they did move it to 5 p.m. So I mean, but at the same time, like, that's still a really bad number.
Yeah, yikes. All right, let's get into it. You ready for our segment? And we're doing something we haven't done in a while, and it's report card time. Your kids are about to go back to school. It's time to get those report cards out, Buster. He has to find it, too. We haven't done report cards in so long. And I actually remembered this segment this time. I forgot our WWE segment. If you guys haven't tuned in, go tune in to the WWE segment. Get some views going on that bad boy. Go watch it. Go tune in. It's good stuff. But report card, we're going to name either a wrestler, a segment, or whatever you want. And we're going to ask the other person to rate it between an A and an F. We'll do a couple. As always, the producer with the mooster starts. Ryan, what you got for me?
All right, let's do MJF's American heel gimmick. Give it a grade.
Yeah, you slapped me in the face right off the bat, huh?
Yeah.
God, because I love MJF so much, but this gimmick is just so whatever. All right, I'm not gonna go too low. I'm gonna do B- because it's still MJF. That belt does look good. But his shorts and his attire is stupid. The gimmick's stupid. The fact now that he's beaten up, like I said, I would be more into it if he was like full Trump. If he's just full Make America Great Again, and he was doing like the Colby Covington and being like that. And I'm not saying that those people who do that are, but I'm just saying that's what we try to pretend, right? Like, oh, I'm evil. If he was going like that, if he wants to do America, but doing like Captain America and trying to be a bad guy doesn't work for me. Everybody loves Captain America. Don't believe me? Watch Deadpool. Everybody loves Captain America. You can't like be the American hero and be a bad guy. So I'm not digging it. I should be less, but I'm going to say B- only because I love MJF. And I don't think anything he does is worse than that. But he's trying too hard. We didn't hit that. We didn't have to hit the ref. Super unnecessary.
Yeah,
certain things he's doing is like you're trying.
I'm gonna go C+ because I do feel like he is trying a little too hard. It feels forced. It doesn't feel like a natural heel for MJF. It like the American flag coming down with his faces on the stars, like that. It just feels very forced, and like I want to cheer for the guy. I want to like the guy, but he's like making me not like. He's like trying to get me to not like him, and I'm just not digging it. I'm not digging it at all. It feels very similar to the We the People gimmick in the WWE with Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter. It feels very much like that. And that also felt a little forced. And I didn't like that then, and I don't like this now. So I'm going to go C+.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to hit you one with a hard one. You ready?
Yeah.
How do you rate Hologram?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to say B. Because,
all right.
I do like his presentation. I like him in the ring. I don't know anything about him. I don't know who he is.
You don't need to know it's AEW.
Yeah. But like, I don't know if he came from Ring of Honor. I don't know if he came from, CMLL or Lucha Underground or whatever, but I do like his matches. He intrigues me. I love his entrance. And, yeah, I'm going to say B. I like the way he's been presented so far.
All right. I'm going to be mean. I'm going to say a C. And only because he's everybody. Every move he does, 75% of the other AEW wrestlers do every single move he does. He is no different than that guy who used to jump on a springboard into the ring in WWE. He's literally that
Sin
guy.
Cara.
Sin Cara. Like, what makes him like
Mystico
hologram?
now. Yeah.
That is Mystico. So that's what I'm saying. Like Mystico and
Mhm.
him are now the new Lucha Bros. Like, how are they different than? I mean, he's doing like every move he does is done. Like he ain't better than Ricochet. Will Ospreay does his moves better than him. So I just feel like I get it, hologram, but he's just. This is why I tell you, and I talk to AEW people, and they say no, you don't. You just need good matches, but you do need more than that when
You need some
every
characters. Yeah.
same exact style. What makes hologram? That's what I want to hear. And if I heard that, I'd probably give him like an A-, only because he does he is smooth, but so is everybody else. It's just like he's just like another dude doing the same exact move. So
yeah, is he going to be the champion anytime soon? Is he going to win a belt? No, not at all. But for what he's doing,
CMLL, he'll have a CMLL belt pretty soon. Defending on Battle of the Belts 13. Yeah,
there you go. But for what he's doing, I'm digging it. But you're right. Like he needs more of a character, and I need a reason to care about him.
Yep. All right, last one. What you got for me?
All right, I'm gonna go another hard one.
Ooh.
So assuming Swerve Strickland retains at AEW All In, that means that Bryan Danielson's career is over. He's never going to wrestle again. So I want you to rate Bryan Danielson's AEW run.
I thought you were going to say his entire career.
Yeah, just the AEW side.
That's hard. Why did you do that to me?
He's had some great matches. He's had some cool moments, but he's never won the belt. He's never been a champion.
He was out for I mean, Bryan Danielson's entire career is an A+. I just want to throw that out there. Dude, things he should have never done. It's phenomenal. And so it's going to be weird if he's an A+ overall. How can he not be an A+ in AEW? But I can't do it. I'm going to say B+. B+. And he's had phenomenal matches.
Yeah.
He's a B+. Yeah. He's had triple. He's had phenomenal matches. He's done great things, but you're right. He's never been in any type of title contention matches or things like that, has he, that I know of, other than losing to
he wrestled Kenny Omega a couple of times, but
who was he? No, not Hangman Page is the one he lost. Yeah, he was Hangman Page's, like that was the last time. And then I don't know. he just hasn't really like done anything of relevance. He took over Collision, and that's been dog shit ever since. Didn't he take that over after?
Supposedly.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
And honestly, his entire AEW run has been him hyping up Wheeler Yuta and doing commentary during BCC matches. Because even the Blackpool Combat Club should have been way more important, and they. What have they like? Whatever happened to John Moxley? What like he lost a belt, now he's just gone
he's
forever.
finally taking his vacation that he was supposed to
there you
get
go.
when CM Punk was there. So
got it. So I don't know. I'm gonna say B+. I'm gonna say B+. He hasn't done anything too amazing in AEW, in my opinion, but he's done enough.
Yeah, he's had some great matches. I mean, the MJF
100%,
Iron Man match was great. The Will Ospreay match was great. A lot of things that he's done. His Kenny Omega matches, the first two that he had on Dynamite, were the time limit draws. They were fantastic. But yeah, he's never won anything of relevance. He's never been a champion in AEW. He's never held the belt. So yeah, I think B+ is a fair grade. So I'm going to say B+ as well.
All right. I got a few more, but I'm going to think of just one because we only got one. You know what? I'm going to do it. Let's do Christian Cage and Kill Switch's build of late. What do you rate Christian Cage and Kill Switch's build as of late? I'm talking, you can see the last year, whatever you want, but their build since they became the patriarchy, as you might say.
Yeah. I'm going to be harsh because this is painful for me to say because I do love Christian Cage. But the question isn't Christian Cage, it's the build with him and Killswitch. So I'm gonna say D+. And the reason why is because it starts and it stops. It starts and it stops. It starts and it stops. We think like we're gonna get Killswitch is he had Killswitch win the what was it, the Casino Battle Royale or something to get him the money in the bank essentially for the TNT Championship, and then he made Killswitch give him the match so he could cash in on Adam Copeland, and nothing came of that forever. Like they never followed up on that, and we were thinking, okay, like they're doing this. Remember, we were talking at the time. They're doing the two storylines together: Wardlow and Adam Cole. Adam Cole staring daggers into Wardlow because he didn't win the world title. And, they're doing the same thing with Luchasaurus, Killswitch, and then they just went away from it, and then they did it again like a few months ago, and then they went away from it, and now they're doing it again, and they're probably going to go away from it at All In or whenever they do it. So I don't know. At this point, I'm ready for him to do something like I said earlier, but it's just been too start and stop for me. This has been, I get long-term storytelling, but I don't think this is long-term storytelling. I think this is like, oh, right, I forgot we're supposed to be doing this. Okay, let's go back and do it. And then, okay, so we're going to do this instead. Okay. Oh, wait, right. Well, let's go back to that. Okay. And it's just like, I don't care at this point. So I'm going to say D+, but I hate to say that because I love everything Christian Cage has done.
Yeah. I went woo, but I'm actually giving the same grade. I agree. I think it's just boring. I don't care. Like I said, I got excited that he was hyping him up because he hasn't said anything good about him.
Yeah.
But then he didn't do anything. And then I was like, then what the hell was the point? If you were just going to so where you were faking it, then why hug him? It just didn't, the whole thing just seemed off. I'm over it. I'm bored of it. Either break up or stay together. I
actually want them to just stay together because I love Killswitch. I love Luchasaurus. He has great matches and he's an interesting wrestler. But I don't think he can make it by himself. I mean, he's been in tag teams and factions since he's been in AEW, and like he never talks. So I don't know if he can go on a solo run. But we'll see. We'll see. But they don't break either. Like you said, break them up or keep them together. But do something.
I agree. Then he would have to use his Luchasaurus name again. He can't be Killswitch if he goes on his own. It's all weird. And Killswitch, that was the death of him. That name is stupid. That's literally Christian Cage's finisher. I don't understand who thought that was a good idea.
That was dumb. I forgot about that.
All right.
Too.
Yeah, so dumb. All right, that's report card time. There it is. And now we're getting to everybody's favorite segment of the week, is where we do the MVDs and the LVDs. We're going to do the most valuable dude or dudette and the least valuable dude and dudette. And we need a song for this pronto. We do it every week. We definitely need a banger on this one from our dude. All right. So as always, you start, and we start with the least valuable dude or dudette. Always. Who do we got the same person? If so, maybe I'll switch it, but let's go.
I'm going to go the CEO Mercedes Moné, the TBS champion and the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion, Mercedes
Whatever.
Moné. That promo she cut, like, and I've been more so in the camp of Mercedes the last few weeks, like thinking like she's feeding into this heel character, and she's acknowledging her career with the Young Bucks, and really I was getting behind it. And then this promo she cut was absolutely horrible. May have been the worst promo I've ever heard from Mercedes
really
Moné / Sasha Banks. She said the same thing twice. She said, "Hey, I'm so sorry, guys. Britt, the DMD is not here tonight." And everyone, like, it was like, okay. And then like Camille said something like, "Yeah, that's cool." And then Mercedes was like, "Yeah, and the DMD is not here tonight." And it was just like we okay. Like, it was just a bad segment, a bad promo all around, and it really just, like, I don't care about, like, even when Britt Baker came on screen via satellite, yeah, I liked her promo and stuff, but the suspension and everything just has kind of killed the moment for me, and I'm not as excited about this feud as I was a few weeks ago. And a lot of it's because of the backstage issues with Britt, because I kind of have a feeling I know how this match is going to end already. And then Mercedes, just that promo this week just was a huge thumbs down.
And that's back to back. Last week sucked too. And I mean, she has the enforcer also, which I think is why Britt's going to lose. But no, you're right. It was dog shit. I fully agree with you. Good pick. Good pick, my dude. She is like, and she was never good on the mic. So it's sad now with no script. It's probably making it worse for her. I had the same one, so I'm going to go ahead and pick another one. I had my runner up, and that's going to be some FTR. Talk about probably top 3-4 greatest tag teams in the past 10 years. FTR easily, and they are just lost ever since. Is it Cash that decided to beat up somebody with a gun or shoot somebody or whatever the hell he did and got away with it? They just have not been the same. They look out of shape, and I'm not body shaming. I'm saying they like legit just look like they don't care anymore. I'm not like, once again, I think Otis is in shape. I think Nia Jax is in shape. I'm saying they look out of shape. Like, they can barely do matches, and they just don't look like they're trying. Cash shaved his face. He looks even sloppier. Their promos are like you said, rinse and repeat, the same stuff. I don't care. You're not top guys anymore. Who are you beating? You don't beat anybody. You don't do anything. And I love FTR. I'm like a huge FTR head. I just don't get it right now. And they've been off for, like I said, ever since the gun thing. They just have not. And they were like tag team champs for a few with that. And it just wasn't. They just have not been working. Yeah. Like you said, the tag team division is weak. Just like the Young Bucks aren't working. We need to like figure this division out. And maybe the Acclaimed, MXM, maybe these teams are here and trying to do things. But please stop giving me Private Party and Top Flight. I don't need them every single week, like elevating people either. But yeah, FTR, man, they're not the same FTR.
I fully agree. I like FTR. They're North Carolina guys. But this was not a good week for them. I'm just tired of like I said earlier, I'm tired of the rah promos. Like, I love AEW. We are the heart and soul. We're the lifeblood. We love this place. Like, I don't like. It feels like it's like, who's writing this? Is this really how Cash Wheeler feels, or is this how Dax Harwood feels, or is this how Tony Khan feels, and he's using them as a proxy? It's just, I don't know. I'm just a little tired of it. I'm also I'm sick of them being in the tag team title picture. I'm sick of them going up against the Young Bucks all the time. Like, that's all this feud is with the Acclaimed, is to get who can get to the Young Bucks, and it's just like, I'm completely in agreement with you that FTR has been awful the last few weeks, but this week especially.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's move on to the positives. Always on our podcast on a positive. Who's your most valuable dude or dudette?
So, speaking of FTR, my MVD this week is going to be the Acclaimed. I love what they're doing with the Acclaimed. I like that they're, like I said earlier, I think I like how they're leading into their heel side. I like how they're being a little bit more serious. They I know this week I think they had like mic issues or something because Max Caster tried to come out and you could see him mouthing "listen" on the mic, and
yeah, he did, right?
It
Yeah,
didn't seem to work, and then he was trying to like rap into it, and Dax Harwood grabbed the mic and was like, "Even the mic guys don't want to hear you guys talk," and then it led to them brawling, and I don't know. I love that promo they did at the end of Collision last week, where they were just talking about how you guys have been ducking us. We were at Blood and Guts. We were the ones out here, doing everything we're supposed to be doing. Where were you? It was. I'm just really digging what they're doing with the Acclaimed right now, and hopefully they get past FTR. I don't know why they're feuding with FTR in the first place, but hopefully they'll get past FTR. They'll beat the Young Bucks at All In, win the tag team championships, and go on to bigger and better things. And this time be booked correctly the way that they should be as tag team champions, because the last reign ended atrociously. Hopefully they're booked better this second time around, but they're doing fantastic work. I'm digging everything about it. Even Bowens is great on the mic. Billy Gunn's doing his thing as kind of an enforcer. I love it all.
I agree. Well, you took my other one too. Just kidding. My most valuable dude was actually Mother Wayne. Just kidding. No, it was the Acclaim, but I had a runner up as always, and there wasn't much.
There really
winners
wasn't
this week.
Yeah, wasn't much to choose from.
I'm going with the MXM collection, and here's why they're my most valuable, because they had a fun little promo on Rampage. They followed that up with a victory over Private Party, who are no slouches in the AEW tag team division. They had a great match, and now they've had back-to-back great matches because they had a great match the week before against FTR. I know they figured themselves out after they left WWE and have been on the indies and so on, but they're really cooking on AEW, I think. And then they had a great little thing with Top Flight where they were just kind of talking down to them, and they had the whole, what is that, a tie for ants? And then they did like the whole, we're out of here. And then they left, and then they stopped and like did the pose. They even did the stupid pose with the referee on Rampage. That girl needs to stop trying to get in the spotlight. But it was funny. They did the whole turnaround with her, and it's just, I feel like they're working, man. And once again, Triple H, he created that, or Vince did, but it was around the time Triple H took over, and then they got rid of them. And this is why sometimes, man, you should just keep that. That gimmick would have worked, and I think Maxine Dupree would have done better with them than they are doing with Alpha Academy. But at the same time, she wasn't a mouthpiece, so it is what it is. But I'm glad for them, and if I can't pick the Acclaim, I'm going to pick MXM. Two teams that need to save this tag team division.
Yeah, big time. And I like, that's another good pick. They had a great week. I like that they're coming in and they're winning matches. That's something that's always driven me nuts with AEW. Yep. They bring these teams in, like they brought Matt Cardona in as like a surprise, and he lost to Adam Copeland. I'm like, you brought in the biggest star in the Indies, and you had him lose.
Lose.
I know he's not going to be there all the time, but it's still like you had him. Like, if you want to sign him in the future, maybe make him win. So I like that they're coming in and they're winning matches, and they're building them, and I'm hoping, like I said, that this leads to them having a bright future in that tag division, because that tag division needs an overhaul for sure.
I agree, but even Joe Hendry's coming over to NXT and getting wins. Like, you got to give these guys wins. You can't just have them come over to your division and lose. But yeah. But yep. All right, there we go. That's our week in review. Two Dudes with Attitudes for AEW. We hope you liked the episode. We're going to do another one next week, and it will get closer to All In, so I'm sure it'll be a little bit more jam-packed, and hopefully they won't pick Hurricane season to do their shows in. Also, don't forget, we'll do our WWE as well, and WWE is cooking for you guys who actually watch both organizations, because we got Roman Reigns, amongst other things, coming. So I think this week of wrestling is going to be hot. And I'm going to be on vacation in Palm Springs during a lot of it. And I will definitely be hot. It's supposed to be like 112, 115 degrees out there. So your boy will get a little bit tanner, y'all. And I'm going to have 2 more dance videos. I'm trying to do 2 more dances for my TikTok too. So Ryan can have some more videos to watch when his wife is away out of town. So
add it to the collection.
The ones nobody else sees. But yes, but as always, thank you for tuning in. Go watch our WWE one if you haven't checked out. Our AEW ones always do great. So if you are a fan who watches AEW, tune into the WWE one as well. And as always, if you want to see those dance videos or other things I talk about or opinions that people may steal from me, check me out at HBD Denton on all social media outlets. And with me, as always, is my brother for life,
Ryan enjoys wrestling. Go follow me on all the social media platforms as well. Go hit us up on our TikTok page at 2 Dudes with Attitudes, and we will get back to making TikTok exclusive content once summer months wind down and we have a little bit more time. But so stay tuned for that. And then at 2 Dudes PC on X, we're growing there slowly but surely, but we are growing there. And then if you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, thank you for all the love, support, and go drop us a 5-star rating and review. Everything's an algorithm these days, so every little bit helps, and we appreciate everything that everyone's doing. And we're the best unknown wrestling podcast out there, and we want to change that to the best known wrestling podcast out there. So
yes, sir.
Everybody can do their part by just helping us out. So
Agreed.
Appreciate all the love and support, and this is going to be our year.
Two
dudes, wolf pack.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's the 2 dudes and our attitudes ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E, the 2 dudes with the attitudes will bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.